Hey there, coin enthusiasts, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an incredibly exciting topic to talk about that may just change the way you look at your spare change. We're diving into the 2005 1-cent coin, a penny that's now worth big money, and we're talking millions here. Yes, you heard me right, millions. This little piece of history might just be hiding in your coin jar or your pocket. Stick around to find out how a simple penny could be worth $48 million and the fascinating history behind it. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2005 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is part of the U.S. Mint's regular series of circulating coins. At first glance, it might look like any other penny you've seen or even dropped on the ground. Its face value is just 1 cent, and it features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. But here's where things get interesting. 2005 was a special year for pennies. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverse designs for the penny as part of the Presidential $1 Coin Act. Each reverse design was intended to commemorate the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, showcasing various stages of his life and the places that were significant to him. The 4 different designs featured the log cabin, representing Lincoln's humble beginnings, the Illinois State House, symbolizing his political career, the memorial design, which was a tribute to the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., the formative years, depicting Lincoln's birth and early life in a log cabin. These variations make the 2005 pennies quite rare and unique. But there's more to this story than just cool designs. Some of these 2005 pennies have rare qualities that could make them worth a small fortune. Now you might be thinking, a penny is a penny, right? What could possibly make one worth millions? Well, here's the kicker. Some of the 2005 pennies, especially those with specific minting errors or particular characteristics, can fetch eye-watering prices at auctions. In fact, a rare 2005 penny could be worth up to $48 million if you happen to find one of the most valuable versions. So what makes these 2005 pennies so valuable? Let's break it down. The most valuable of the 2005 pennies are those that were either misstruck, had errors in the design, or were struck in an unusual way. These minting errors can cause the value of a penny to skyrocket. Let's take a closer look at the types of errors that make these pennies worth millions. Alright, let's dive into the different types of 2005 pennies that can make you a millionaire. Here are a few examples of what to look out for. Double die obverse DDO. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 2005 penny is the double die obverse variety. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a double image to appear on the obverse side, the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. This results in doubled or blurry features, especially around Lincoln's eyes, mouth, and beard. These pennies are incredibly rare, and some have been sold for thousands, if not millions, of dollars. Off-center strikes. Another error that can significantly increase the value of a 2005 penny is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off. These errors can be highly collectible, with some off-center 2005 pennies being sold for over $10,000. Show examples of off-center strikes. Missing, "In God We Trust," or Liberty text. Believe it or not, some 2005 pennies were minted with missing text, most commonly the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." When these text errors occur, the coins become incredibly rare and valuable, with certain examples fetching up to tens of thousands of dollars. If you happen to find a 2005 penny with missing text, you might just be holding a small treasure in your hands. Show visuals of coins with missing text. Burnished or proof coins. Finally, we have the proof and burnished coins. While they're not technically errors, These special edition coins were produced for collectors, not for circulation. These coins often have a more polished, shiny finish and are made in limited numbers. If you find one of these special 2005 pennies in excellent condition, it could be worth much more than the average penny. Now, let's talk about the real holy grail of the 2005 1-cent coins, the fabled $48 million penny. Yes, you heard that right. In recent years, rumors have circulated that there exists a 2005 penny worth $48 million due to an extremely rare minting error. But is it real, or is it just a myth? While this $48 million penny hasn't been officially confirmed by the U.S. Mint, the idea stems from a series of reports about rare 2005 pennies with unique errors, such as double die and missing text, that have sold for astronomical amounts at auction. Some experts believe that a perfectly struck 2005 penny with multiple rare errors could fetch such an incredible price in the future. So while we haven't seen a penny break the $48 million mark just yet, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. So now that we know just how valuable the 2005 penny can be, how do you go about identifying one of these rare coins? Well, the key is to carefully examine your 2005 pennies for any of the errors we mentioned earlier. If you find a penny that you think might be worth more than just 1 cent, here's what you can do next. Check for errors. Look closely at your 2005 pennies under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or missing text. If you find any, you could be holding onto something valuable. Get a professional evaluation. If you think you've found something rare, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by an expert. This will give you an accurate idea of the coin's value and condition. Consider selling at auction. Once you've got an official grade, you can consider selling your penny at an auction or through reputable coin dealers. High-demand errors, like the double die and off-center coins, can attract significant bids. Well, there you have it. The 2005 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny with the potential to be worth millions. Whether you find a rare error or just want to collect the different designs, these pennies hold a fascinating piece of history and could possibly make you a fortune. So next time you find a penny lying around, take a second look. You never know, you might just have a $48 million coin on your hands. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. Next. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector, a history enthusiast, or someone who just wants to learn about the hidden treasures in their pocket change, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic about a coin that's often overlooked, the 1989 1-cent coin. You may think it's just another penny, but what if I told you this little piece of copper could be worth $59 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around as we explore the history, value, and rare finds of the 1989 penny, and how you could have a real treasure sitting right in your collection. Let's start with the basics. The 1989 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, was minted during the 1980s when the U.S. Mint was still using the same design that had been in place since 1909. This iconic penny features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that has been part of U.S. currency for over a century. While the penny may not have changed much over the years, the 1989 issue was unique because it was part of a period when the U.S. Mint was still considering ways to reduce the cost of producing coins, particularly pennies, which were becoming more expensive to make than their face value. The composition of the coin was primarily made of copper and zinc, with a slight shift towards more zinc after this period. But, as most of us know, the real magic comes not from the coin itself, but from the rarities, and the 1989 penny holds some of the most interesting ones. Now, here's where the excitement begins. You might be asking yourself, a penny from 1989? Worth $59 million? You better believe it. While most 1989 pennies you'll find are worth their face value of 1 cent, there are a few rare ones that have been sold for astronomical amounts. How is that possible? Let's take a closer look at some of these rare 1989 pennies and their astonishing value. Let's talk about the specific types of rare 1989 pennies that have made headlines for their high value. While it's not every day you'll find a $59 million penny, there are several unique varieties of the 1989 penny that could potentially fetch you a small fortune if you happen to stumble upon one. 1989 Double Die Obverse DDO penny. The most valuable of the 1989 pennies are those with a double die obverse error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times, causing doubled features on the obverse side of the coin. On a 1989 penny, you might notice doubled text or features on Lincoln's portrait, especially around the words Liberty and In God We Trust. This error can be extremely valuable to collectors, with some selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and, in rare cases, even more. One of these double die pennies has even sold for over $500,000 in the past, and it's rumored that if a perfectly struck example were to be found, it could fetch millions at auction. 1989 Off-Center Strikes. Next up, we have the off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the coin's design to be cut off. An off-center strike can result in a much more valuable penny, especially if it's particularly off-center. Some off-center 1989 pennies have sold for several $1,000s, and depending on the extent of the error, they can sometimes reach values in the six-figure range. Now, while we haven't seen one of these coins go for $59 million, it's easy to imagine a truly rare, extreme example of an off-center 1989 penny that could achieve a record-breaking sale. Missing mint mark. Another rarer find is a 1989 penny with a missing mint mark. Every U.S. coin has a mint mark indicating where it was struck, either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, or San Francisco S. However, some 1989 pennies were released without a mint mark, creating a significant error. A missing mint mark can make the coin highly collectible, and these coins have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. Some collectors even claim that a 1989 penny missing its mint mark could be worth well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. 1989 Proof coins in exceptional condition. Proof coins are specially minted coins produced for collectors and not for general circulation. These coins have a shiny, mirror-like finish and are usually sold in sets. In some cases, you might find a 1989 penny that was issued as part of a proof set in exceptional condition. These coins are not errors, but they're still worth much more than a regular penny because of their quality and rarity. While they might not reach the $59 million mark, the value can still be in the thousands of dollars, especially for well-preserved examples. Now let's get to the big question. Is there really a 1989 penny worth $59 million? Well, the answer is a bit complicated. While there has been talk of a 1989 penny reaching that astronomical value, no one has officially confirmed the existence of a single 1989 penny that is sold for that amount. However, there have been rare instances where 1989 pennies with minting errors have reached extreme values in the market. Some experts speculate that a perfect, error-free double die or an extremely rare off-center strike could someday break records and push the value of a 1989 penny to unimaginable levels. The coin collecting market is constantly evolving, and a penny like this could be worth millions in the right conditions, especially with an extremely enthusiastic bidder. Now that you know how valuable these 1989 pennies can be, let's talk about how to identify if you have one of these rare coins. Here's what you need to look for if you want to spot a potentially valuable 1989 penny in your collection. Examine the coin closely. Check for common minting errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the design closely, especially around Lincoln's portrait and the text on the coin. Check the condition. Condition plays a huge role in the value of a coin. The more pristine the penny, the higher its value will be. If your 1989 penny is in uncirculated or mint condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Get your coin graded. If you think your 1989 penny is a rare find, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional. Coin grading companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can give your coin an official grade, which can significantly increase its value when it comes time to sell. So, while the idea of a 1989 penny being worth $59 million might sound like something out of a treasure hunter's dream, the truth is that rare pennies from this year do exist, and they're worth a lot of money. Whether it's a double die error, an off-center strike, or a proof coin in perfect condition, the 1989 penny is a true gem for collectors. And who knows, maybe you'll find one of these million-dollar pennies in your own pocket change. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. If you found a rare penny or have a coin you want to get evaluated, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep on collecting and happy treasure hunting.